Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, Bashim Dash. My name is Yakalba from Plain Tables Camp. And today is Christmas Day, December 25th, which when you start looking up Christmas, you'll find it's linked with St. Nicholas. And also that's one of the figures they use for like the Christmas spirit, whatever, St. Nicholas. But they always depict St. Nicholas or Santa Claus as a so-called white man. And it clearly tells you, you look up the Russian icons, that St. Nicholas was a Greek. He was a Greek. And he also was a so-called black man. All right. Now, I'm going to look this up. St. Nicholas. It says St. Nicholas of Myra, also known as St. Nicholas of Bari, was an early Christian bishop of Greek descent from the maritime city of Myra in Asia Minor. All right, so we're gonna show you them. Yeah, they have them depicted as looking like the Edomite Santa Claus. So I'm gonna show you that text. Show you this picture first. All right, it's the Edomite version. All right. And we're going to show you here that he was of Greek descent. So you can see that. See that? Of Greek descent. So he was a Greek. All right. He was an early Christian bishop of Greek descent. Now, he was a so-called black man, okay, according to what I'm about to show you. All right, this is Job 9:24, scripture. Then I'm going to show you the book. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. It is not, if not, where and who is he? And then the judges are the Israelites. All right, so in order to fully, the Lord Yahushua, to fully punish us, because we're in a certain punishment right now, according to Deuteronomy 28, he had to put us off from being a nation. Hosea, first chapter. So the Lord Yahushua allowed the so-called white man to totally push us aside out of history and basically label us as Hamites, and we're not Hamites. We come from the line of Shem. We come from the divine line that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob came from. We're the children of Israel. Israel's name, Jacob's name turned to Israel. So the judge's face is being covered, meaning that the true judges of the earth, which are the Israelites, firstborn of Yahushua, we're hidden from the world stage. Nobody recognizes us as the true Israelites. They recognize people like this, that look like this, as being the sons of Jacob, which they're not. This is a lie. St. Nicholas didn't look like that, all right? Who they call Santa Claus. He didn't look like that, all right? He covered the faces of the judges. So the wicked, the wicked are the ones that have the most power. They have the most military might. They have the most nuclear power, which will be the Russians and the Americans. They have the most powerful armies and nuclear capabilities on the planet. They have the ability to wage war greater than any nation on earth. So those are the nations whom have been given a blessing of the Edomites, pursuant to Genesis 27 chapter. Esau was given a blessing which was a sword. That's how you identify who the Edomites are. All right, so you got this book here, The Power of Icons. So we said St. Nicholas was a Greek. So we're going to go into a Greek book, Greek and Russian icons. All right, this book was 2008, 2009 was $150. I don't know how much it cost now. That was a lot of money back then. All right. Morsink collection. I'm saying that right. Morsink. Show you the Edomites in the back. So they hoard these icons. All right. That's in the back. That's them right there. Morsink brothers. Right? Yeah. Hugo and Simon. And Jan Morsink Ikonen founded the museum Well, I don't know if you can see that. This book is kind of heavy. Now, start off with says Mary, I think Gabriel and Paul. Mary with her head covered. I think either Gabriel or Michael, either Peter or Paul or John. I have the list. But I'm going to read something here. I'm going to show you first. Middle paragraph, if you can see it. All right. But it says, the icon is in very good condition. All right. Nearly all the original paintwork, as well as the final highlights on the faces, clothing, and buildings, has been preserved. All right. It's right there. You see that? Just read that in the middle paragraph. You can freeze it and read it. Freeze it and read it. All right. The icon, that's the point. That's all I want to really read. The icon is in very good condition. All right. You don't have to go buy the book. All right, that's the barcode and the name of the book. So this is on page 100. The icon's in very good condition. So we're gonna get to St. Nicholas. All right. Let's focus on the bottom icons. That's supposed to be the Lord in the center. All right. So you got, now of course they call Mary a virgin, but she was a virgin. All right. I mean unspotted. And then she had sex. Then she became spotted, but she was still clean and pure because she only had one husband. All right. On the icon is divided into two registers. On the upper part, three important feasts of the Orthodox Church are depicted against a gold background. The entrance of, it says, the Virgin into the temple, the Nativity. Let's go down to right here. Okay, it says remember they worship Mary. All right. It says there's Christ, which his name is Yahushua. All right. Enthroned is flanked on the left by, it says, the Mother of God. All right. On the right by John the Forerunner. Behind these stand the archangels Michael and Gabriel, followed by the apostle Peter and Paul. So I think it's going left, right, left, right, left, right. At the outer left and right, the soldier St. George, the dragon slayer, and Demetrius of Thessaloniki close the ranks. All right, so I'll show you the writing. It's the first paragraph right there. So the first and second paragraph to get the proper comprehension of the icon. All right, that should be clear. And then the icon. That's the Lord in the middle, and Mary, you can see there with her head covered. All right, so you start there. I believe it goes left, right, left, right, left, right as you read. So you got to pause so you read what I read. All right, so just don't take my word for it. All right, so we're going to, well, Greek. Remember, St. Nicholas was a Greek. That's the point here. So we're going to read here. I have my phone already set up. Romans 1-6. Romans 2-10. Romans 10-12. Romans 1 Corinthians 10:32. Galatians 3:28. Colossians 3 and 11. So we got Romans 1 and 16. Start with that. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Mashiach, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. St. Nicholas was a Greek. Romans 2 and 10. But glory, honor, and peace to every man that worketh good, to the Jew first, and also to the Gentile, the Greeks. All right. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same is Lord over all, is rich unto all that call upon him. 1 Corinthians 10:32. Give none offense neither to the Jews nor to the Gentiles, or the Greeks. All right. We got 1672. Helen. Yeah, it says it's Greeks. All right. Give none offense neither to the Jews nor to the Gentiles, the Greeks, G1672, nor to the church of the power. There is, Galatians 3:28, there is neither Jew nor Greek, G1672. There is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, nor ye, for ye are all one in Mashiach Yahushai. Colossians 3 and 11, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian and Scythian, bond or free, but Mashiach is all and in all. So it keeps saying like all these groups are really together. They're really just one people. Well, that's true, because there is no difference between a Jew and a Greek. I'm reading 10:32 again. Give none offense neither to the Jew. Romans 10:12. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord. So we're going to go to Saint Nicholas. We read that he was a Greek of Myra, okay, which is modern day Turkey, where we used to be part of the Roman Empire. I believe the East. All right, I think that's on page 78. Saint Nicholas of Myra. Let's go to Saint Nicholas. There's no difference between the Jew or the Greek. All right, let's see why. Now let's go to page 80, because it's a big picture. All right, the Greek. See the Greeks right there. All right, that's Saint Nicholas standing up over Constantine the Great. Okay, that's Saint Nicholas standing up over Constantine the Great. All right, so there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek, because they're the same people. All right, and the other side you see Saint Nicholas rescued that boy from being captured by Arabs, and that was his parents, his mother, the parents of the boy. The Greeks, there's no difference between the Jews and the Greeks, because they're the same people. All right. Let's look. So we know Constantine was a so-called black man. Saint Nicholas was a so-called black man. Let's look up Acts 13th chapter. All right. Acts. Now it's not a trick Bible, all right, for the new watchers. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger. All right, or you can loosen it up and say nigger. And Lucius of Cyrene and Manasseh-made, which had been brought up with Herod, the Tetrarch, and Saul. All right, so key word there, they were called niggers, or niggers. All right, they were so-called black people. That's the point, obviously. All right. There. All right. So let's go to page 78. Power of Ricans. In case you're just joining us, this is the book we're going into. More Sync collection. So St. Nicholas again, Constantine the Great. So it gives you the ledger right there. So you can pause it and you can get the understanding. It doesn't count the one, the box in the middle, which is St. Nicholas. So you just pause it, and that's the ledger to comprehend. What you're reading, what you're seeing. Oh, we can see that. All right, don't count the middle box, which is St. Nicholas. The picture quality should be good, so you can zoom in, pause it on your phone, zoom in. Most of you are probably watching on your phones anyway. All right. So we got box 1, Nicholas' parents, Epiphanius and Nona, taken to school where he is taught by his uncle and namesake, the monk Nicholas. Nicholas appears to the Emperor Constantine in a dream and orders him to release 3 unjustly condemned generals, Ursus, Neptalian, and Apilian, who had prayed to him. All right. So you can read the rest for yourself. Right there. And it gives you what the Constantine the Great, their complexion, and St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, all right? So there's no difference. So we're going to put Romans 10 and 12, for there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, because they're the same people. I mean, it's just simple. Distinction, you look up difference, you got distinction. We got diastole, distinction, difference of different sounds musical instruments make. All right, so they tell you they're the same people. They're one. All right, because the Greeks are the Israelites. The Jews are the Israelites that received the promise of a Messiah to take away our sins. That's why there is no difference. And I just showed you the evidence. They looked just like the Israelites. Okay, I gave you Acts the 13th chapter. All right. Then I showed you what St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, and his parents, his father, mother, and his uncle, they're all so-called black people. That's how the Russians drew them. They drew them as black people. So-called black people. Now, I'll read this excerpt again for you. It's on page 100. And you got Esau still trying to figure out the meaning of icons. So his brother's got a book called The Meaning of Icons. Page 100. The icon is in very good condition. Nearly all the original paintwork, as well as the final highlights of the faces, clothing, and buildings, has been preserved. I mean, you're just in denial at this point. If you don't believe what we're going through. Let me find some more. Yeah, Prince Vladimir, or you can say Vlad for short. All right, proper way, full way is Vladimir. All right, which Vladimir Putin, or you can call him Vlad Putin, or you got Volodymyr Zelensky, which in Russian you would say Vladimir. All right, in Ukrainian you would say Volodymyr, I think, along those lines. Prince Vladimir with his sons Boris and Gleb. I'll show you him. That's, yeah, as you can see, they don't look. Their skin complexion is the point. They don't look like Caucasians. That's the point. And they got long robes. All right. This is the Eastern fashion, the so-called Middle Eastern fashion. All right. Because they're descendants of the Israelites. And we're going to get, it's a prophecy, Rachel, I believe it is. Rachel weeping for her children. And it's drawn in a Russian fashion. You have the women, as you can see with their head covered. And you have they're supposed to represent the Romans or Herod's army slaughtering the children of Israel, the sons. I forget the age, certain year, upward or downward, and that depicts them being slaughtered, and it's in a Russian fashion. All right, and you see that they don't look like Sistine Chapel, the creation of Adam, the pictures that those Renaissance artists drew in Italy. All right, you can see there's colored, literally. All right. You can see that. All right. Rachel weeping for her children, crying Rama. I'll get it. Rachel, children. Matthew 2:8. And Rama was there, a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they are not. That's what you just saw. That's Matthew 2:18. Pull something else up. This is Matthew 2:18. Goes back to the prophecy of Jeremiah 31:15. Thus saith the Lord, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. All right, that's where Yahushua, because Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. He's the whole volume of the book. The prophets received their revelations through Yahushua, the spirit. All right. Because Yahushua knew all the precepts, all the scriptures. All right, let's see if we got some. Oh, we got Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Right there, we go to Ham, because we don't come from the lineage of Ham. We come from Shem, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Looking for Ham. I'm in H. Herod. Hebron. I always forget what page it's on. Hammurabi. Ham. Yeah, Hammurabi was the actual Babylonian, I believe, yeah. And the Syrian and Babylonian captivity. Syrians and Babylonians merged together, and the Syrians became greater. Is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians and the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and Canaanites. So the progenitor of the dark races, Ham, and it excludes the Negroes, which Esau classifies so-called black people as Negroes. Hope you can see that. Under Ham. All right. So you can screenshot that and use that for your own records. You don't necessarily have to buy the book. And then you got hair, yellow hair, symptom of leprosy under hair. All right, so there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek because the Greeks are Israelites. And let me show you icons of a notable Greek figure. All right, which was Saint Nicholas. Show you this one over there on the top left. All right, do they look like Caucasian Edomites to you? They don't look like Caucasian Edomites. All right, so you can freeze that, screenshot that. These are the people of the Bible. Our people are scattered in Europe. All right. Now, if they the men took fairer skinned women, eventually down the line their children will become more lighter skinned, and they're gonna eventually look like the people of those nations. All right. So our people are scattered in the nations. Go to James. Let's split up James 1:1. It says, James, a servant of the power, Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greeting. Yeah, because Israel was scattered throughout the whole earth. All right, not just in Europe, it was scattered in the New World, over here in the North, Central, and South America, what we call that today. All right. So you got scattered. 12 tribes scattered abroad. You got diaspora, a scattering of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, or Israelites dispersed among nations outside of the land of Israel. So anywhere on the earth outside of the land of Israel. All right. It says Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. That we just read, there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek because they're the same people. I showed you Saint Nicholas. I'll show you that on the exit again. And so you can't exclude the Israelites that were scattered abroad. Those are the Israelites. All right. And you can't, and there's no evidence that the Israelites were so-called white people, Caucasians. All right. Give me icons in scriptures where it says that the children of Israel look like so-called white people, all right, that are not iconoclasm and art from the Renaissance. You can't find it, all right. And if you do, you would have to say, well, you got black Jews and white Jews. You would have to say that, which that's not true, all right, because the scriptures is the key, all right. But you can't find it all because the icons they all are in sync with each other, or they're all connected with each other. All right. The prominent people of the scriptures are so-called black people, all right, which their nationality is actually that of Israelites from any of the various tribes. All right. In the kingdom, we think we're going to have the leprosy in the kingdom. We're not going to have leprosy in the kingdom. All right, we're going to get our full features back. All right, all the tribes. All right, from Issachar, Ephraim, all right, Asher, all right, from the ones that look more fair skinned, they're going to get their color back. All right? That's the way we're intended to look. But the Lord made us look different so we can hide with the nations, hide amongst the nations. All right, because we're the most abundant people on the planet Earth. All right. Now we're going to look at Esau's punishment. This is Leviticus 21 and 8. 21 and 7. It says, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, the unbelieving, the abominable, and the murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So all you Edomites, you inherit all those things by default. So if you're in Babylon, America, during the time of the destruction, you're going to meet that death. All right, you wicked ass Israelites. All right, no matter how you look, if you don't convert within a proper time frame, you're going to share that lake of fire. But the only thing is, with you actually going to come back, okay, in the kingdom and reign on earth as gods. All right, because all the Israelites are going to reign on earth. All right, the men as gods and the women as our wives. All right. All right. Let's get Yahushua. Revelation 11, first chapter. All right. There's no difference between the Jew and the Greek. It's Revelation 1 and 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to his foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, meaning his hair, he had white woolly hair. All right? Because Yahushua looked just like Peter. All right? And Paul. They were niggers. All right? This means a dark-skinned man or black-skinned man. All right? This means brown, dark brown skin. They were brown people. The Israelites are brown people. They were called niggers at the church of Antioch. All right? His head and his hairs are white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were in the flame of fire, and his feet like in the fine brass, as if they burned in the furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. All right? So brass. All right? And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. All right? So Yahushua was in his glory. All right? So he was glowing bright. All right? But on the inner, he was a precious, elect, brown figure. Dark brown skinned figure, glowing with light. So this is the Lord in his glory. Similar to when Yahushua was transfigured. He took, I believe, 3 disciples, and he showed them his glory. Yahushua is transfigured. All right? It's the same image, a similar image. All right? So there you have it. All right? You got the truth. Anything else is just iconoclasm and a bunch of damn lies. The Lord was a so-called white man. He looked like the Benjamin Netanyahu, who has no beard, by the way. The Lord ain't look nothing like Benjamin Netanyahu. Any of them rats. Let's go back to St. Nicholas. That was page 100. Now, let me show you another one. What is this one right here? We got, it says Holy Trinity, but I didn't research this one. But I'll just show you the picture. Meaning, I didn't read the text, that's what I mean. Right there. As you can see, even when they into the worship of Mary, they still showing you that what they look like. They were dark, they were brown-skinned people. All right. And I just need to read on y'all. You can pause it and read what you can see. All right. The point is what they look like. Because they've been showing us all these years that the Lord looked like a Edomite. Look, got pale flesh. Yeah. show you another one. Got Mary. Mary in the middle. All right, again, I believe there was a point when they were actually worshiping these images, and that was one of the excuses to destroy them, I believe. So whether that's true or not, I mean, well, it probably is. Not supposed to worship images. All right, as you can see how they're all depicted. Yes, I didn't research this one. I mean, I didn't read the text, so. Again, this is from More Saint Collection, Power of Icons. It's Mary, we Gabriel, Peter, John, and Paul, right there. Let's go back to the beginning of the video, and I lead everything out. The picture and the text identifying the icon. All right. Let's see what else we got. Then we'll wrap it up. And we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. Go back to St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, which was a Greek. All right. There's no difference between a Jew and a Greek. So Constantine the Great, St. Nicholas' parents, St. Nicholas is a boy. All right. There's no difference between a Jew and a Greek. I'll probably name it that. Christmas special. There's no difference between a Jew and a Greek. Get over it. Something like that. All right. You leave that in your mind. The icon is in very good condition. All right. Don't forget that part. The icon is in a very good condition. Well, let me just show you. For you liars out there, we don't know the meaning. We don't know the meaning of it. Esau's still trying to figure it out. All right. Third paragraph. The icon is in very good condition. Hope you can see that. All right. Yeah. All right. Back to Santa Claus. That was on page 100. And Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, Constantine the Great, page 80. And remember, Esau still trying to figure out what these mean. All right. Right there. That's the ledger over there. The box. There is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. Romans 10 and 12. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. All right. The Greeks were Israelites. So hope you edified. Shalom.